Hold on. I'm going to change the lighting a little bit. A wee little bit. All right. See, we're sitting that. Still too shiny. Oh, this box is too shiny. There we go. Little adjustment, and we're there. Here we go. Hey, Lucas, how's it going? Zendoka. We got Stars Live in here. We got Nova Sync edits. We got Carol. Let's go. Lucas is not first. Yes, it's true. Let's fight over the rest of the stream. Hey, Genuine Brass. And why would it matter? It all matters. Hungarian Rhapsody today, we can work on that a little bit. It's very important. The most important thing ever. I'm just kidding. How am I doing today? I am doing fine, a little tired. My kids have gotten into working on some game stuff and different things, so they keep me up, which is not a bad thing. It happens. Don't worry about it. You're first in my eyes. I know you want the middle part. We already did the middle part yesterday. You know that. Yeah, we'll get to Frisco. Don't worry. What am I playing? This is Hungarian Rhapsody number 2. Can you do a song? I have really good song. Can you play? Sure. Silent Riot has a question for you. What is the question? All right, we'll go over to the Friska part. We'll do a little bit of Friska for you. Play the second waltz? Sure. All right, we'll leave that for a slower part because it's a challenging. It's a challenging thing. We probably should actually practice it. Here's some waltz number 2, not number 1. Bella Ciao. I don't like the song Bella Ciao. I'll play a little bit for you. We are a little bit outside of when it was a fairly politicized song. But I just don't like anybody trying to drag me into the world of politics on a piano stream. When I was really getting a lot of, why don't I like Bella Ciao? Because of the political connotations. I know. The problem, though, is when I started live streaming a lot more, it was right during it was the election year, and man, it was wild. And then the first year of Trump, which was also wild in terms of how much people wanted to get into politics, just... Blue by Young Kai? Sure, we can do that. You want to learn piano? Hey, Mike, how's it going? Rush A, what's this? Here's Rush A for you. You mind just making some up, Zendoka? I don't really care what they are. You can even pick songs I haven't ever heard before. Maybe that's more entertaining for people. That's Rush A. I know it's just funny. Yeah, it's almost Rush A, E. It's almost Rush B. You want to learn piano? Where should you start? This is what I would say. I have actually multiple videos on this Silent Riot, so don't just listen to this. I would check out those videos. But I say all the time, what you need to do is you need to find and get really good at where the letters are. That's step number one. After step number one, that's when you want to dive into where the scales are. Getting some scales down. After step two, yeah, that's fine. Yep. And then after that, I think chords are nice, but you should probably start looking into songs, and then you want to pick a lane to go down. You can go down the sight reading lane, you can go down the ear training lane, you can go down the learning just music by, just by YouTube videos if you want. But that's what I would say, okay? And I have like 8 videos on my channel at least about this, so look it up. Here's for you, TikTok. All right, here's some Blue. Do I know any Minecraft songs? Try me. Vivaldi? Just try it. Happy birthday? Is it your birthday? Yeah, you don't need to spam. Can I play ISO? Can you do a W speed song? What's a W speed song? Winter? Okay, hold on. Let's grab a few things. ISO. We're gonna just pull up ISO and see what we get. Here we go. Here's King New. Okay, so something like that. Crazy Frog? Cool, cool, cool. I show speed, look it up. Crazy Frog. Chicken Jockey. Chicken Jockey, whatever it is. I know my kids would know it better than me. There you go. All right, let me tag this. Let me pin this. Thank you, Zendoka. Love the shirt. Thank you so much. The Mr. Bean song. We can do the Mr. Bean song. Like a bridge over troubled water. That's a good song. WI show speed. All right, I'm going to look it up and see if it. Okay, World Cup. Let's hear the weirdest song. I don't know what is the weirdest song. Okay, here's Bridge Over Troubled Water. Whoa, that was really zoomed out. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Am I a programmer? No. I would. I definitely have messed around with programming, but mostly vibe coding. I'm pretty lousy at it in general. Mr. Bean theme. If I say theme, I think I get more the correct thing. Here we go. Here's Mr. Bean theme. Even though I just literally was scripting some Python earlier. Can I play Ave Maria? Ave Maria. Truly a professional. Rock and roll McDonald's. All right, yep, no problem. Thanks, Senzoka. Rock and roll McDonald's. Let's go. We got the rock and roll McDonald's. We got 17 people in here. We got 20 likes. We're moving it along. 21 people. Let's go. Coraline song from the dance. Why not? Interesting chord progression. Can you play La Campanella? What? Baby Beluga? Sweet Caroline? We could do Sweet Caroline. All right, here's Baby Beluga. Do you really need a study grade to be a better piano player? No, actually in the United States, we don't even do the grade system. That's how little you need it. Baby Beluga, oh baby Beluga, is the water warm? Da 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 me, oh, me. In the deep blue sea, swim so wild and you swim so sweet. It's a little white whale on the go. Just a little white whale on the go. Where do we be? Ba da 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 da. Yeah, ba da 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 da. All right. You're 11 and you're pro playing for schools. Wonderful, good for you. Hey, bro, Harut, how's it going? Coraline, Song Dad. Yeah, we could maybe do that at some point. I'm gonna pull up for Elise. I need a better mic so you can hear you sing better. I actually just put it lower because last stream the piano was too low. Also, Care Bear, I hate to tell you, TikTok gets second treatment until I get a better system where we have mics for both things. Here we go. For Elise, first like song unlocked. Let's keep going. Here we go. Ah, thank you, Care Bear. I appreciate that. Yeah, TikTok's complaining about the opposite, which makes sense. Yes, yes. You know, you can just be patient. All the music I play is for Jesus. I'm also in the Midwest. Care Bear, I'm also from the Midwest. Can I play no hands? All right, here we go. Sort of works. Not the most pleasant thing. All right, Coraline, other dad. All right, see you later, Care Bear. Ode to Joy. Here we go. Heavy no. What's the simplest song you've played that you've added the most complexity to? I don't know. I have a crazy version of O Como Come Emmanuel. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in, and it's... Oh, the chat got totally stuck. Coraline, Other Father song? Ah, appreciate it, Jasper Casper. I will play that again. I will do a more full version of it. Get us out of this depressing minor Piano Man, yes. I don't know why. Piano Man just feels like it should be minor now. It's been so long since I've watched Coraline, I don't remember this song at all. Chainsaw Man theme, Aitzo. Chainsaw Man. Play Rushy. There you go. All right, here's some Chainsaw Man. I don't know if this is exactly what you wanted. River Falls? We can do River Falls. My Foolish Heart? We could do My Foolish Heart. 10,000 Reasons? All right, here's some River Falls. Guys, our likes totally stalled out. We gotta keep the likes going. Double tap the screen. That does the like thing. Thanks, Jasper, again for the super chat. Thank you, Nicole. Your way's better. Well, we'll grab My Foolish Heart. 10,000 Reasons. Here's the crazy thing. We already hit 25 likes. Yeah, no problem. I know. Isn't that nuts? What's the difference between playing with a conductor and not playing with him? None. There is no difference. Yeah, I hit 300 likes in an hour. Can you play Broken Vow? We can do Broken Vow. Already answered. Already answered, Silent Riot. The difference is none. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a musician joke. Your way's better. The actual difference is, especially with piano. So piano is a very percussion instrument. Percussion instruments tend to think of time as a metronomic quality, meaning literally it is mathematically precise. In general, not always, but in general, conductors do not feel that way. And the way that an orchestra and the way that a conducted ensemble moves is much more like a heartbeat. It's much more like dancing, okay? So, yeah, we got Forrest Frank pulled up. Don't worry. I got Forrest Frank pulled up. Please play My Way. We can play some My Way. Crocodile Rock. We can do Crocodile Rock. Any piece from John Williams? Yeah, chat has to guess the movie. Okay, all right. Oh man. Hold on. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna grab one. Actually, no. I'm gonna grab a different one. You guys gotta guess the movie though. All right, this is for Jasper. Let me finish up the conducting comment. So in general, the thing with the conductor is being able to feel where they want the time, and that's not always the easiest thing in the world. I'm actually really pretty bad at this. Real quick, I already promised Your Way is Better. So real quick, I'm gonna do Your Way is Better. Then you guys need to guess what John Williams theme this is. It won't be one of the super obvious ones. Well, maybe it is. Oh, that's hilarious. All advice welcome. Is all advice welcome? All right, here we go. Guess the John Williams theme. Free speech. There you go. Yes. But you can't call fire in a movie theater. All right, here we go. I don't think people know what free speech actually is. All right, here we go. Here is a John Williams theme. Guess what it is? Of course you do. My wife, who is a professional musician, does not get a guess. Yep, you guys got it. Oh yeah, nice one. People don't ask for this any. I I don't think I've had a single live stream where someone asked for this. Playing wrong notes though. Everybody asked for that. Such a great melody. So simple. Yeah, you can request a song, Pika Dude. All right, Dee Dee, I'm listening. Never Be Alone. Here we go. Yes. Stage with better lighting. Ditch the current background with shells. Okay. It's all about the plants. Beautiful, beautiful suggestions, Dee Dee. Close to Go to the Distance, yeah. All right, Beethoven number 5. Apparently, I work on my lighting because I literally have professional lights. I just probably stink at using them. Dancing Queen. You're fine. It's still around. Who inspires you in music? Lots of people inspire me in music. Trying to think recently. Uh, I feel like more old dudes like Bach. Uh, let's see. What do you think the difficulty of thank you, Ricey. Uh, you're totally fine, Dee Dee. Noted. Play that funky music. What do I think of music education in schools as a concept, as the reality? I need a little more attention to detail. Do I like? Yes. Does conducting an orchestra bring in money? Yes. Of course, Arha. Yeah, we can play Megalovania. We'll wait until we get to 50 likes, though, to play it. Yeah, we can do Daft Punk. Yeah, I like Czech Korea, as you probably noticed from what I was just playing. All right, let's keep on rolling. Daft Punk. So the problem, Silent Riot, is you're going oceans. You want oceans. Nothing else matters. The problem with conducting as a career path is there's not very much that holds people back from saying they can conduct, even if they're not very good conducting. Is the TikTok getting any love? Yeah. I mean, we hover around like 3 to 7 viewers on TikTok, and I've got much smaller following on TikTok. I do. Um, on the Facebook, it's Robert Monroe Plays. Mahler Symphony Number 5. What's your advice for composing gospel soul harmony? Soul harmony. I want to get into that, and also the crazy harmony that Jacob Collier does. He just makes it up, by the way. The Jacob Collier harmony stuff. There's some rules to what he's doing, but for the most part, if this is the logical way to go to the next chord, he does this, and then at some point does the logical thing at the end. That's how you get that sound, by the way. It is a catchy song for sure. What's some advice you have for composing that way and that way? Okay, so on the gospel side, you need to think like secondary dominants, substitutions, unexpected chord changes, and a lot of seventh chords. So what do I mean by that? Let's imagine we're doing Daft Punk, but we want to make it into gospel, right? So we're going from B minor to D. So maybe we go from B minor, then we play the 2-5 to D. And then to C#7 to resolve up to the F sharp minor. And then we'll add in the 5 chord going to the E. So we go, we've come too far to find out who we are. And then add in a little more style to it, and you've got it. But it depends on if you're trying to go more modern gospel or older. That's probably a more older style. More modern almost is like CCM with like extras. So that would be like. So it's like what you would do is you would start out with an intro. You'd be like. And you'd be like. Lots more lines, less complicated harmony. That's why I would say more modern gospel. Now, let's say we wanted to Jacob Collier it out. You probably would go like a not. He's got his like quarter harmony stuff that you could throw in there, but a lot of it is going to be about picking the least likely chord to. The least likely chord to go ahead and do that. So what you're gonna do is you're going to ya da 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 da. So ya, da, 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 da. Right? You're just gonna pick the notes just by random because you just feel like it. We've G major 7. As long as they fit with the left hand, it works. We've come too far to find out who we are. Oh, I really appreciate that, Jasper. That means so much. Thank you as well for the super chat. The message means more than the super chat. Not that I don't appreciate it, but that's awfully sweet. Just trying to show people love. All right. That completely got me distracted on a different framework. But you get the idea. That's the Jacob Collier sound. Well, that's the best way. Here's the thing a lot of people do when they try to explain music. They try to pull you in a completely different direction and be like, "Oh, like this." And then the moment that you don't have a context, you don't understand anything. Last goodbye, that's not what they're asking for, by the way. Yes. Here's Dark Sanctuary, and then we'll do Last Goodbye. We'll do a little bit of Toby Fox. Appreciate it, D. Yeah, the gospel runs are way easier than you think. By the way, since when do I play piano? Since I was 7. You have a love-hate relationship with working life. You sound like every person who works for a living. Yes, we all have a love-hate relationship. Some people just have a hate relationship, but then you probably should change jobs. Thank you. Thank you, Rat. All right, Last Goodbye, which is another Toby Fox thing, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. All right, here's Undertale. And then I'll show you some gospel licks. I've never played these songs before, by the way. Third Sanctuary, you can't challenge me. Am I live on another app? I am. It's true. Yeah, totally hit away on Discord for sure. All right. Appreciate it, Frisk. All right, let's do some gospel chops. Here's the first thing that I would say about gospel in general when you think about it. Uh, if you're thinking straight up like blues, a lot of times you're going to stay either in the minor or the major pentatonic, right? Typically, gospel licks combine the two. So, like a very common sound is this one, which is 1 flat 3 5 6, which is like a combination of both, right? That happens a lot. Uh, but I will give you my absolute like most the most absolute iconic gospel lick. What about jazz? Jazz people, you're either going to use the mode. So like let's say you're in D minor 7. You're going to either use the mode or you're going to use a pentatonic that goes along with the chord. They typically here's what's weird about jazz. They actually play with, this is going to sound weird. They play within the key a little bit more than blues or gospel guys do. I know that sounds weird, but it's because they change keys so often, if that makes any sense. Shout out from the Philippines. Awesome. Okay. I was gonna give you my favorite. So pick whatever chord you're on. Walk up to the 13th or the 6th. Pick your flavor. Yada-da, and then go to the minor third. Yep, you're all good. All right, see you, Zindoka. Yabba-dabba, yabba-dabba. So much fun. And you can throw it in anywhere, right? You're playing Mice on Venus. Here, hold on. Let me pull up Mice on Venus. I never remember this song off the top of my head. So in this case, it's going to be walking up from G to A. And then we want to add that little blues flavor. Yabba-dabba. So much of it, though, is listening to those guys because there's so many different moves. So then going up to the 3, then the 4, then the sharp 4. Can I buy my shirt? No, but you can buy a shirt like it. Almost every single thing that I wear is a budget shirt that I got out of a clearance rack somewhere. A simple no would suffice. Have you ever considered having your own songs and being an artist, or was your passion just on playing different instruments? I have always written my own music. I have a ton of music that I've written. This is what I would generally say about anybody thinking seriously about getting into music. The honest truth about being successful in music is it is mostly a connections game, and it is it's a connection game, and it is a resources game. So if you do not have an infinite pile of money and an infinite pile of music connections in the industry, I would say your chances of being actually successful as an independent musician are quite small. Does that mean not to do it? No. Ninja Turtles theme? Sure. I'm going to look it up so I don't screw it up. Thank you, Mini Guitar. What I would say is if you're looking to go into music or any of the arts, or honestly any of these type of avenues like YouTube or whatever, what you want to do is you want to build it while you're building something else. Charlie Puth songs? What? That's really vague. Attention? Sure. You want to teach yourself music theory? What are the fundamentals you should really focus on? There's one fundamental that you should focus on music theory, and that is you should focus on the concept of having a tonic, a home note, and a dominant dissonance, something that you're fighting against. So you've got a place of rest and then a place of dissonance. The simplest way of doing this is a 1 chord, going to a 5 chord, going back to a 1 chord, right? That's the simplest. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's really any structure where you go from a place of rest to a place of unease, then back to rest. That is really the fundamentals of making music work. So for example, if we look at the Charlie Puth song I just played, D minor. This B flat chord is like, huh? So what does that do? It makes us want to go back to the D minor. Is D minor our happiest place to be? Not really. But we're happy to go there after the B flat. Okay, the C feels nice. Oh, interesting question. And then B flat, you're like, huh? And then back to D minor. Interesting silent rest. Just once sing. Probably not a Charlie Puth song. You want me to sing? Hold on, I'll pull up Into Beginning just for you. Just one more tear to cry, one teardrop from my eye. You better save it for the middle of the night, when things are black and white. Enter troubadour, remember 24. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another vision of me, I was in it. I wave goodbye to the end of beginning. This song has started now, and you're just finding out. How isn't that a laugh? Major sacrifice, but clueless all the time. Into Caroline, just trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another version of me, I was in it. I'll wave goodbye to the end of beginning. Yep. All good, Chrissy. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna do an original, and then I may start wrapping it up. We will see. Here's an original I haven't released yet. I don't know. I don't typically sing stuff that I don't know. I'm okay with playing it. What's my TikTok? It's Robert Monroe something. I don't know. Held by the best of us. Dangerous to question. Favored by the queen and stuff. I know I would like to try again, my friend. Again, descend, and spend the last of good I have left. Anger doesn't mean that much, like it did when I was young. It might hurt enough. I know I would like to try again, my friend. Again, descend, and spend the last of good I have left. Was it the weight of that gold crown, or just a word you didn't say, that sent these castle walls down and washed the bright to gray? I guess her dream that wasn't ours, a story written, bought and sold. Beneath the gaze of watchful towers, our own grew weary, weak and old. So let me try again, my friend, before the final bitter end, before I break, before I bend, and spend the last I have left. Kalapistan. Let's see. Can I find a cover? Here's a little bit. They covered up all the sheet music. That's a little sad. I can't see it. Sorry. Shout Philippines. Do you know Heaven Knows? Yeah, it's just trying to mute stuff. Unfortunately. I kind of look like Billy's brother. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If I do this type of stream where I'm singing more, I'm probably gonna have to use a different setup. Rush. How does the circle of fifths come in? It's really literally a flow pattern of that experience of basically of tension and release. That's really what that comes down to. So Anyway, I'm going to be off for today. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming in. Thanks, Jasper, for the super chats. Appreciate you all. Appreciate TikTok. Follow me. Come on next time. Peace out. Thanks so much for the YouTube. See ya. Bye.